Hi guys, welcome back to Tiny Horse Life. As many of you know who follow on Instagram, little Sparrow had a tooth extraction. She's a little wild because it's snowy. Had a tooth extraction earlier this week, and I thought it would be nice to show you what happens when we take her to the hospital for a tooth extraction. So I'll put together that video from earlier this week. She's doing super well, and she's scheduled to have another tooth extracted in a couple weeks. So we started out at home with her and put her in the grooming stall in the morning and placed an IV catheter so that she could have drugs when she got to the hospital. Once we were at the hospital, she had a standing CT scan, so she just had to put her head on the little table here. This is how we kind of had her positioned in there, and then covered her eyes just so she didn't see the gantry moving. And then in about 8 seconds, the scan is done. After reviewing the CT, we moved into the endoscopic exam.
With your infundibular caries, little gas in it, you can see that. See the bubbles?
Oh yeah. I'm like, can I see that? No, but
That might have just been associated with rinsing.
Okay.
But sometimes you'll see bubbles when there's a lot of feed that's degrading, but I don't see a lot of feed degrading in there.
Okay.
Okay. 7. Yep, those infundibular caries. We know they're there. We know they're coming. This is
There,
between 7 and 8.
which wasn't really there before. Was that packing between 7 and 8?
Nope.
Okay.
That's new.
And I don't think I saw that when I used the little tiny scope either.
So that means 8 might have started shifting. Here's 8 coming into 9. There's that deep. Right there. Can you get the picture behind?
I failed at my job already.
So that's a pretty open diastema right there.
And it used to be more between 9-10 and 8-9.
Well, here's 9-10 right now.
Yeah.
Which is, that's pretty significant. I think, Rachel, get that one.
It needs to come out.
I think the 9's got
Yeah.
I don't think we're saving that.
Yeah, I figured. I had a feeling that's what we were in for today.
Yeah.
Is it more mobile than it was?
I mean, it was a mobility 1 last time. It's definitely a 2 coming on a 3 this time.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's been 6 months, and it was sketchy before. I was not under the impression that I might leave with this tooth today.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
All right. Let's just get that picture. And looks good. 11. Looking good. I don't think she needs.
Knowing the plan to take out tooth number 109, we started her on a sedation drip and gave her an opioid, and that's the ECG, just monitoring her. The next thing is to perform a maxillary nerve block, so the entire upper arcade of her teeth there is numb for the procedure. And we'll show the process here of doing that. I'm gonna go.
So you want to feel for the dorsal reflection, so you're going to palpate. So you got to feel where the parallel portion of the facial crest comes in and where it starts to swing up. Yep.
Yep, right there.
Yep, so it really deviates right about here, and then it starts to come up. That's her nerve, and we're going to go right below it, about 1 centimeter back from that dorsal reflection right there.
Just get through the snake here.
Just a
Yep,
little
and
bit
you're
of
going
counter.
100% perpendicular to the skin. No angling towards the eye.
Like
Yep,
this.
and just pop. That's good. That's good. She's not responding. Great. Yep. And you want to be straight in. Yep. All right. Now you should be sneaking up on something. And hopefully it's not bone.
Oh, I felt it.
That looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Either way. Yep. Here you go. And I can do it.
Okay.
Yep. And then you want to just keep stabilizing that needle once you've got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's what you want.
Now that the local block has set in, they are splitting the space between the teeth, which she already had kind of a big space there, and working on getting the tooth mobile and moving a little bit side to side. Try to loosen it up in the socket. This is actually a really long and drawn out process because she's not that old, so she's just about 12 this year. So her tooth has very, very long roots that go very deep into her face. So it takes a long time for those attachments to be taken apart. Even though the tooth is diseased, it still has a pretty firm seat in the mouth. So this whole process of kind of getting it to wiggle and then elevating it, and you can see the elevator there, that took about an hour and a half, and you know, it can take quite a lot longer when the tooth is as firmly seated as it is in a younger horse. Slowly but surely, this tooth loosened and crept down in the mouth to the point where it was a little bit easier to grab. At one point, there was a little bit of a snap. We thought the tooth itself maybe broke. Later on, we found out it was one of the roots that broke, but actually all came out still attached to the tooth, which you'll see here in a minute. So, really hard work.
Right. Oh my god, it all stayed together! Yay!
Oh, but this one kind of cracked a little.
It did, but thank God.
It stayed.
Whoa.
It was a winner.
Oh my gosh.
That
So
makes me so.
beautiful.
You can see all three alveoli for the roots.
Yeah, that's like beautiful.
Nice big hole.
Yeah.
Big hole.
Grabbed a quick radiograph to confirm visually what we knew, and then they pack it with the dental packing so she can basically chew normally. Right after she recovered from the sedation, she was eating some senior feed and water with a little bit of hay. She was a little bit dancy-prancy because she was frustrated that the food was in the water, but came home shortly thereafter, had her dinner with some Butte in it just to make sure she was quite comfortable and it was nice and soaked and soft, even though actually with the packing, the tooth is really super functional, but she was pretty happy. Oh, her eyes are really filthy because of the eye lubrication. Then she rolled when we got home, but she looked pretty good. She was waiting for dinner, was ready to eat as soon as she got home.
Yes, I'm staring at you.
Then the next morning, bright and early before I went to work, she was feeling really good when she went out to the field with Ace, and Remy was also there, but Remy wasn't quite as interested in running. So, I think she felt really good without that nasty tooth in her mouth, and I'm hoping that this helps reduce some of her head shaking issues. She's just really sensitive around her mouth. As I said in the beginning, she does have another tooth that needs to come out, and we're going to do that in May. She's just developed quite a lot of periodontal disease, which in some cases is just the individual horse. So same thing with people. Some people just have dental issues and other people don't. But that doesn't mean that she can't be a happy little pony trotting around. This video is about 6 days after her tooth extraction, and she's eating completely normally, looking great, going out in the field, running around. Again, I think she feels a whole lot better. Clearly quite happy enough to be running around with her sister, even after they got in from the field. And Ace isn't super interested in playing this game, but has somehow become involved at this point. Girls! Be nice to him. He's just trying to get out of the way. So yeah, that's a brief tour, very brief for sure, of what is actually kind of a long process, but that's what happens when your pony has a tooth extracted. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really appreciate you watching. Thanks, bye.